Hi, and welcome to our openSAP course, Introduction to ABAP in the Cloud. My name is Quincy Anderson, and I am an instructor in the SAP Product Learning Organization. This is Unit 4, SAP Extension Suite and Development Efficiency. Before we begin, a quick recap of Unit 3, ABAP RESTful Programming Model. In Unit 3, we saw that ABAP RESTful Programming Model is the evolution from two predecessor models, namely Classic ABAP Development and also ABAP Programming Model for SAP Fiori. We also learned that artifact development using ABAP RESTful Programming Model is based exclusively on Eclipse with the ABAP Development Tools plugin and uses ABAP Strict as its ABAP language version. Finally, we saw that some of the artifacts that ABAP RESTful Model uses, such as service bindings, behavior definitions, and core data services. With that, let's get started. If you recall from Unit 1, Basic Concepts of SAP Business Technology Platform, we learned that Business Technology Platform offers an integrated portfolio of tools, services, and environments designed around 4 areas of capability. 1. Database and data management. 2. Application development and integration. 3. Analytics. And 4. Intelligent technologies. As part of Application Development and Integration offering, we have SAP Extension Suite in regards to application development and SAP Integration Suite in regards to application integration, respectively, as shown on the screen. SAP Extension Suite bundles together specific tools, services, and technologies for both new application development and also for the development of side-by-side extensions, as we discussed in Unit 2. Likewise, SAP Integration Suite bundles together specific tools, services, and technologies to seamlessly integrate on-premise and cloud-based applications and processes using both customer-created and also SAP-created content. You may sometimes hear the SAP Integration Suite referred to as SAP's Integration Platform as a Service, IPAAS offering. Both SAP Extension Suite and SAP Integration Suite are built on our multi-cloud foundation. What exactly do we mean by multi-cloud foundation? You may recall from Unit 1 that we talked about the IaaS layer, which is the compute, memory, storage, and network layer of Business Technology Platform. And we mentioned that to enable customer choice, that layer is managed by our IaaS partners, namely Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. We at SAP take responsibility for the offering and management of BTP. That arrangement we refer to as multi-cloud foundation. So both SAP Extension Suite and SAP Integration Suite will run on our partner's IaaS foundation. On our screen here, we see the 3 categories of SAP Extension Suite. SAP Extension Suite contains approximately 80 services categorized into 3 areas that you see here, namely digital experience, digital process automation, and development efficiency. By categorizing the different services this way, it makes it easier for us as developers to build new applications and extensions in a smooth, intuitive manner, utilizing the correct services from each area for each step of the way. Generally speaking, development efficiency services have to do with the development of applications and extensions. Digital experience services have to do with the end-user visualization of applications and extensions. And finally, digital process automation services have to do with the automation and enhancement of a business process execution. Now, let's take a closer look at how the various services from SAP Extension Suite and SAP Integration Suite can provide value. Imagine a requirement to design a new application. Maybe, for example, to show real-time shipping information of products in transit to wholesalers. The general process to develop an application like this would consist of 4 steps. 1. Connect the necessary systems through released APIs for access to necessary data. This requirement is met by using several possible services as part of the integration suite. You could use SAP API Business Service, which we see in more detail on the next screen, to discover an SAP standard API to retrieve that data, say from an SAP S/4HANA, for example, and then the connectivity and destination services to establish the connection and actually retrieve the data. After step 1, we go to step 2, which is building any necessary additional API endpoints. This is where several development efficiency services that we see on the right-hand side of our screen come into play. Particularly, ABAP RESTful Programming Mode and BTP ABAP Environment, which we saw in the previous unit, can be utilized to build OData-enabled service bindings and service definitions based off of CDS queries and behavior implementations. Next, we go to step 3, which is channel development. Let's say you want to give your end users the choice of a mobile app that they can install on their phone, and also a web app that can be executed using a standalone browser. That's where another development efficiency service comes into play, the Business Application Studio. For the web app, for example, you can use Business Application Studio to create a Fiori Elements application utilizing UI5. Finally, step 4 is the actual end user access. If you look at the left part of the screen, you see several digital experience services that can be utilized. For the mobile app, for example, you have the mobile service. The web app can be made available for the end user to execute using SAP Fiori Launchpad and also SAP WorkZone. Finally, we see in the middle digital process automation. As mentioned earlier, digital process automation consists of several services that allow customers to automate the execution of business processes. Let's imagine, for example, that in our application, we offer the end user an option to start an escalation process consisting of steps to be executed if they determine that a shipment will be delivered late so that appropriate action can be taken. These steps are encapsulated in a workflow, and they are executed by the SAP Workflow Management Service, as you see in the middle of the screen. As mentioned a few moments ago, for step 1, connectivity, we have officially released APIs in the SAP Business Hub made available by going to https://api.sap.com. Here you can discover all officially released and managed SAP APIs to read as well as maintain data across the entire portfolio of SAP products, such as SAP S/4HANA Cloud, SuccessFactors, or SAP Ariba. You can discover released APIs by exploring based on the product or the business process in question, or simply by listing all available APIs as seen on this screen. Finally, on this screen we see an example of some discovered APIs. The product in this case is SAP S/4HANA, and we see several API packages where each package can contain a number of released APIs. The released APIs per package can be one of several types: SOAP, OData, or even REST. The package name and description allows us as developers to determine quickly and efficiently if the APIs meet our requirements. For example, the first package contains APIs having to do with material sourcing. The second has APIs having to do with business partner names and addresses in regards to watch lists. And the final package contains APIs having to do with calculation of taxes. Okay, so that concludes Unit 4, SAP Extension Suite and Development Efficiency. In Unit 5, we will take a look at extensibility options for SAP S/4HANA. See you there.